the final perspective I want to show you in the New Testament on resurrection and death is Paul's position. Now, we've seen people who believed that the physical body returned to its physical state, was put back together from its state of death in resurrection. And like the Jewish people, Paul believed that that would take place when God returns or when God judges the world. Now, Paul equates the resurrection with his expectation that Jesus is going to return from heaven. Now, look at what he says when when Jesus returns from heaven. He says this, so it is with the resurrection of the dead. What is sown is perishable, that's our bodies, which will get sick and die. What is raised is imperishable, so we will get new bodies if we are part of Paul's community. And those bodies will not be perishable, they will not get sick and die. It is raised in power, it is sown a physical body, it is raised a spiritual body. So he says that at the time of Jesus' return, those who are part of his community, those who have faith in God, in Paul's particular concept, will be raised from the dead, and then they will, their bodies will be transformed from physical bodies into spiritual bodies, which is kind of like angels. Now, Paul clearly also expects that this is going to take place in his lifetime, and he certainly seems to think that the life of those who are, the bodies of those who are still alive, will also transform instantaneously into spiritual bodies. He says, we will not all die, but we will all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of the eye. And remember this from 1 Thessalonians. For the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will have changed. For this perishable body must put on imperishability, and this mortal body must put on immortality. So, again, to review, Paul believes that at the return of Christ, those who are dead will have their physical dead bodies resurrected and will be transformed into spiritual bodies. Those who are alive at the time of Christ's return will have their live physical bodies transformed into spiritual bodies, and it's pretty clear that Paul thinks that state will be a state in which people live in eternity.